including Kate Bush. Stars from you on this one, John?
3 from me.
3, what do you think?
3 from me.
3? Oh, in total accord.
We didn't consult beforehand.
I'll judge that when we talk about Dangermouse and Gemini Born Again. So, here we are talking about their collaborative sophomore album, Born Again, which was recorded between 2003 and 2004. Why on earth are we waiting? Can either of you enlighten me as to why we've waited 20 years? Kellyanne is bursting to go, John.
Yeah, because I can't say my verdict yet, because so basically Dangermouse released an album called The Grey Album back in 2004. It was a mashup of Jay-Z's Black Album and the Beatles' White Album. And due to the success of that, this one got shelved. And I think personal reasons too. But they had got an album out before that called Ghetto Pop Life, which is unreal. I only got turned onto that album from reviewing this, and it is incredible.
Okay. I think you have given your verdict by saying that. Let's listen to the title track then, Born Again.
Have you ever realized, been up on the sun so high that you feel like you're born again? Born again, born again, born again. Born again. Born again.
Eyes buried in a black cemetery. You know the place where they put you when they finish with you. Had a lot of talent, no deal. Watch a lot of niggas get deals, no skills. It's not what you know, it's who you know. More about how you look than how you flow. Industry rule number 2004. Record label slow. At the industry.
Yeah, you are hearing little dips and ducks in there in that section from Born Again from Dangermouse, because John, as Kellyanne was saying, and we were, I think, all nodding in agreement, difficult to find an unexplicit moment on this album.
Yeah, I had my kids in the car on the way over and playing the album, and I was moving it
every 3 seconds.
Every 3 seconds. And yet, despite the explicit nature of it, it doesn't feel gratuitous, which is quite a trick. I really like Gemini. To give him his full name, Gemini the Gifted One. Really talented MC.
Call himself that?
He does indeed.
Yeah,
he does indeed. I think we should all nick that every now and again and just throw it out there.
Sean the Gifted One.
Indeed. Sean Rocks on Sunday, the Gifted One.
Yeah, go on, keep going. Thank you.
But his delivery is, there's something really engaging about it. He's a very it's very measured, it's assured, it's relaxed. He's got a lot to say. It's observational lyricism, and around all of that is the pristine, inventive, brilliant production from Brian Burton, aka Dangermouse.
I mean, like, he could produce anything, this fella, really.
And he has. Yeah, he has been a busy man.
Yeah. I mean, he's worked with the Yeah, he produced Demon Days by the Gorillas.
Adele, U2.
Yeah, 4 Black Keys albums. But I'm with John on what he said about Gemini. I think he's got so much wisdom and perspective. And I'm assuming he was quite young when this record was made, because it's 20 years ago. They were kids.
To be fair, I know there's a kind of a throwback in terms of that disco-y organ sound in the background. But it could have been made yesterday, this album, as well. Absolutely. It's very fresh.
It's incredibly contemporary, because so much of today's music is looking back to soul and from the 70s, old school hip hop. Yeah. But the sound is so utterly pristine. I mean, Bono has spoken before about Dangermouse as a producer. He worked in Songs of Innocence, and just how precise he is. Well, and it's here.
Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it across the album for sure. But in terms of contemporaneity, if such a word exists, doesn't it? We're dealing with contemporary themes. Let's rephrase it in that fashion. What is Gemini hip hopping about here? Because he's in a sense that's where the content is. What's he singing about?
There's so much going on the album. Like, he speaks about poverty, growing up in the hood, family dysfunction. There's all of that going on, and then trying to find a place in the industry and have a unique voice as a hip hop artist. So there's all of those themes which are quite raw and gritty, but I think the balance is, it's the production from Dangermouse with the soulful, slick production that ultimately gives it this inspiring upbeat.
Exactly,
so the hip hop is Gemini, the soul is Dangermouse. Is that essentially?
They're a perfect match.
Let's have a listen to a bit of a track called Dear Papa. Again, a bit of a track called Dear Papa, because you can't listen to all of it.
Now everybody always doing songs for the mamas, and we love the mamas. But this song for the daddies and the baby daddies and the daddy daddies and the stepdaddies. Walk just like them, talk just like them. But when I was young, I didn't wanna be like them. Walmart, but when I was young, I didn't wanna be like them. My papa was a rolling stone since 14, been on his own anywhere he laid his head was his home. Strong-minded individual, rude in the streets, small town boy but knew just what to do in the street. 18, met my moms and taught her a little more than she knew. They had some kids, a few sons and a daughter. He was there in the beginning, but I grew up without him. Living with him was too much, I wrote this story about him. Dear Papa, like him, Charles is like him. But when I was young, I didn't wanna be like him.
Master P is No Limit Records. Wow.
Daddy wasn't a rocket scientist, but Daddy was smart. Never let nobody play him. See, my daddy had heart. He had the heart of a soldier inside him. Kind of cold, but a real guy. Grew up poor, took what he wanted. They called him a thug. So I understand why he wasn't the type to give hugs to him.
You know, and it's such a positive song that's Dear Papa from Dangermouse and Gemini, and clearly Gemini wanted to pay homage to Daddy there for sure.
Yeah, I loved this. I thought it was probably the best song on the album. For me, it recalls Marvin Gaye, actually.
We were talking about Marvin Gaye. He was last night, yeah, because he was only back on holidays last night. Yeah, so last night we were talking about Marvin Gaye and Let's Get It On being 50 years old.
Exactly, yeah. I thought that...
Although I don't think he'd be singing quite so nicely about his papa
no.
as Gemini was there. So
I don't think so.
No.
But the melody. I think this song was really beautiful because it's him as an adult looking back. He didn't want to know his dad when he was younger because I think his dad wasn't around, but now he appreciates all the wonderful things about him.
Yeah,
I think it's quite astonishing that this album has lain in the vaults for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like it is so good. There were quite a few issues with the Grey album in terms of legal problems. I mean, even though the last remaining Beatles gave their blessing, the record company had a problem and it was held up at all. I think there was an element of Dangermouse wanting to try something different. Gnarls Barkley happens and
all right.
God, remember Gnarls Barkley?
Yeah,
they were my God.
We can talk about this in 30 seconds time when we're finished. Stars from
It's a big 4 from me. I loved it.
The big 4.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it's 4 from me as well. So I should have gone 4.5. I will go 4.5 just to be different.
4.5
Just to know you can't. Okay. All right. Very positive from both of you, clearly. Very close to the 5 for Born Again from Dangermouse and Gemini. We also spoke about Portraits from Birdie and Everything Is Alive from Slow Dive. From The Gifted 2.